Welcome to Amadasun Integrated Farm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location you are watching this episode from. My name is Festus Amadasun. We are going to discuss what you needed to know before embarking on a big project from the beginning to the ending. And this is the number one, this is part one of this journey. What you need to know is first you should acquire the land. That's why I'm showing you this piece of land. And number two, you needed to mold a block, or you should buy a block if you are to do it yourself. And because I will advise you, you have a land. Renting, I don't think is the right thing to do. The reason why I'm showing this is let us work out this thing together. I know it's doable. The number of blocks that you needed in this project is 1,200 blocks. 1,200 blocks, I repeat. The two coach of the foundation is a 100, no, it's 326 plus 10% wastage. That is 358 blocks. And the forming of the walls and others, you needed 810 blocks. The 810 blocks are supposed to add 10%. You do not need that 10% because you have 7 dogs in this place. They assume a dog is 3 feet. We are looking at about 15 or 70 blocks altogether. And this is the diagram that I've come up with. 12 by 29, that is the winner's room. 12 by 12, 12 by 12, 12 by 12 in 3 places. That is the room for the boa and the sows. We are looking at, let me say, the rough estimate here of about 5 pigs, 4 female and a male. And this 6 by 12 is going to be the room for kind of a mortality, the farrowing rooms, and the weaning process. That is what I just showed in this place. And as time goes on, you will see this is the foundation. It is too coach of a foundation. But if you are going into deep litter system, of which I feel is more economical, you don't need this thing like the filling, because the filling itself is costlier, and the concrete of the floor and the maintenance in pig's house. I will advise you go for deep litter system. And this is the body work. This body work, I've said before, is 5 coach, and the 5 coach is 810 blocks. That is what you need. And the forming of the basket that you will feed the pole, this is very essential. Please do not forget. And I will show you in this project, I will show you some of the diagram things that you should know. This is the forming of the wall, and you needed 810 blocks, because we do the calculation. Let nobody tell you otherwise. This, what I give you is correct and is accurate, because I supposed to have add 10% of wastage, but because of the dogs, 8 dogs, 7 dogs here, and it's about, let's say, about 30 feet. If 30 feet times 5, that should be 15 feet. That is to say, we are getting up to about how many blocks there? In that case, you do not really need a block for wastage. We are adding here 810. Those space will be used as a kind of a wastage in case there is a broken blocks and forming or whatsoever. That means the total blocks that you will need for this project is 1,168, but we are just rounding up to 1,200 in case sometimes there might be broken of blocks and others. Let's just say 1,200 blocks is what you need in this project, and let nobody tell you otherwise. What I said, we stand with any engineer to tell him what I said is correct. And these dots that you are seeing here, these are the poles that I talked about in the previous. What you needed here is 15 poles. And what you are going to buy is 8 poles, and you split it into 2. This red mark you are seeing here is the basket that I talked about. You needed this basket. You see this project. This is my project. This is how it was done at the previous stage, because the engineer that did this work do not create a basket for this pole, because if there is a basket, it's more safer and it's more durable, and we now spend more money for that, because we now created. If you check the project, if you check my farm, you will now see that there are pillars. We now add up to about 8 or 6 pillars to it, and those are costlier. For you not to make that mistake from the beginning, try to create this basket. That is the reason why I'm showing you this episode. The blocks that you needed in this project is 1,200 blocks. That is what you needed. And as time goes on, we will talk about the filling. But my suggestion, as I said before, I will advise that you go for the deep litter system, because the deep litter system, you do not need a filling. You do not need a concrete, because it's costlier, because you will be pumping water every day in cleaning your pen. But in deep litter system, you don't need all those things. All that you needed is the sawdust and the indigenous microorganism, IMO, that every 6 months you change, or you change your sawdust. That's all. Thank you for listening as we continue in this journey together. And thank you for watching. Bye.